Hey folks, welcome back to the Kentucky Hot Wheels video series. I'm still working on this 1/24 scale Herbie, abandoned Herbie project. I've been working on it for months. I just haven't had time to get back to it. But I have done some things to it, started weathering the inside. Still need to do the body and a few other things. But in the meantime, I went ahead and started another project. I'm taking what's left of this Matchbox 2021 Jeep Gladiator. The body I've already had removed for another project that I decided to go a different direction in. So the body off of this is actually soaking in this paint stripper right now. It was that bright green color. But what I want to do, I actually want to take that body and put it on this monster truck. I like this. Picked this up. It was loose in the yard sale or something here a while back. I can't remember exactly. Don't look like it ever been played with. But I want to take the Jeep Gladiator body and put it on this monster truck. Of course, paint the frame up, make it look a little bit more realistic, add a lot more detail to it. But first, I'll have to get this body off to see what I'm working with. It looks like it's only got one rivet in the bottom here, and the rest probably snaps together. So I'll start by removing that, and I'll see if I can get the body off. And if I get it off in one piece, I'll bring you guys back in just a sec. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the wheels removed from the chassis, and this chrome won't get you home, so we're going to remove it. Usually 99% of the chance, just regular bleach will remove the chrome. So we're going to throw it in there and see if the magic happens. Sometimes you got to let it set for a while. Find something I can push it down there with. Yep, looks like it's going to work. So as you can see, the chrome's already coming off. So I'll let that sit in there for a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back when we're ready for the next step. Okay, as you can see, the bleach removed all the chrome from the chassis here. So I'll do a little fine tuning on it later and decide what color I'm going to paint it. It did a good job. I left it in there for probably 10 minutes. I've got the body out of the paint stripper, and as it always does, it removed every bit of the paint. No issues there. So now I got to figure out how we're going to get this onto here, especially with the roll bar and everything. So that's going to take some calculating, but we will figure out something. So I think this is going to look pretty cool. So when I'm ready for the next step, I'll bring you guys back and let you know what direction I'm going to go with this. Okay, looking at the body, the original body for the monster truck is open in the back here, so it'd slide over the roll cage. So obviously I'm going to have to do something similar to the Gladiator, which means I'm going to have to remove this bar right here for it to slide down over the roll cage. But it seems like once that's gone, it should fit in there actually pretty good. So let me go ahead and remove this. I'm just going to cut it out with the Dremel, and then I'll bring you guys back. We'll see how it fits. Okay, with the bar removed here, it actually looks like it's going to fit in there pretty good, but I'm still going to have to end up removing the front pillar, maybe. I'm not sure. That actually looks pretty good just like that. I actually think that will work. The dash lines up real good and everything. Yeah, I think that's going to work. I still may remove this front pillar because it's not really needed. And that might even give me a little bit more room. But yeah, I think that's going to work. Okay, I'll bring you guys back around when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, so one thing I'm going to have to do, of course, is remove the chassis here from the Matchbox Jeep. That means cutting all this out, but of course I want to keep the fender flares. So what I'll probably do is cut this in pieces, go ahead and glue the fenders to the body, then cut out around the fenders. That should probably be the easiest way to keep the fenders in place. Of course, still got some trimming to do on the body, but that should, if I cut right through here, once the fenders are in place, that should keep everything the way I want it. So I'll go ahead and do that in steps, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready for the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the fenders glued to the body and everything trimmed up, and it's ready for a coat of primer now, so I can see if there's any areas I need to sand down better. But so far everything is fitting very well, and I'm pleased with the results. So I did trim the front post down, not quite flush. I left a little bit on there, but we'll go ahead and give it a coat of primer and come back and see what it looks like after everything's one color. Okay, so here's a quick test fit with the body on the roll bar. I really like that black. I had first painted it with the gray primer, and then I had a can of satin black, and I really like that. There's just not a whole lot of body there to show off, but I may keep that satin black. But the next thing I'm going to do is paint the roll cage and everything. Not 100% on what color yet. I was thinking of a graphite gray. So I'll get that painted, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready for the next step. Alright, so as you can see, I've got some detail added to the roll cage. Of course, I painted it a satin black, then highlighted it with some silver, kind of put in the shocks, the yellow for the shocks, and then give everything a good wash. Painted the seat blue, gave it a wash, just some highlights on the engine, and gave it a wash as well. So as for the color of the body, I guess I can show you now. We're going with white. Now, of course, I've done nothing to this yet. No detail to it, no wash or anything. But as you can see, it fits on there perfect. And I'm still going to have room to get the bumpers on here like I wanted. I really wanted to keep the Rubicon bumpers on it. So we're going to be able to. So I'm going to give this another day to cure really well, and then I'll paint in the headlights and running lights, the intake on the hood, and give everything a good wash, put in the tail lights. But now you can kind of get an idea of what look I'm going for and what direction we're going. This is probably the first Gladiator monster truck. Okay, I'll bring you guys back later. Okay, we're getting closer. I still haven't done the detail to the body yet. But I was thinking of a base, some way to display this. And I had this old piece of, I don't know what this is, birch or whatever. And I thought, man, that would look cool. I wish it was a little bigger for the rig to sit up around top of it like that. And I thought, what would be even cooler is if I had it crushing a car, or a car underneath it. I had this Matchbox with his Mercedes or BMW. So I think I may give this the crash test and crush it some, and get some sand and dirt on the top of this, and kind of have the Gladiator straddling the BMW underneath. I don't know, just a thought. I'm going to go ahead and give it a try. If it don't work, it don't work. If it does, it does. But I think that would look pretty cool. Okay, so I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, as you can see, I've worked on the base a little bit more. Basically built the dirt up around the car where the truck's going to sit. And all I used was a mixture of white glue, water, some brown paint, and toilet paper. And soaked the toilet paper and formed the little ridges for the side of the dirt bank there. But that turned out pretty good. We'll give everything a coat of clear flat, just to dull down the shininess on the car a little bit. Maybe, I don't know. But turned out pretty good. So once the truck's sitting on there, it'll look like it just crushed it. So, okay, I'll bring you guys back when I'm ready for the next step. Okay, I'm doing a little dry fit here. See how everything's lined up. I really like the way it's turning out. It's time now to go ahead and add some detail to the body here, some highlights and everything, and then give it a wash. So I'll go ahead and do that, and I'll bring you guys back when I'm done. Okay, I think we're gonna call this one done. You see I dirtied up the body, added some dirt and mud to it and everything, kind of dulled down the bumper and everything. Didn't want it too nasty. I still wanted you to be able to see what kind of vehicle it was. I mean, you can clearly tell it's a Jeep Gladiator. So it's a Matchbox body sitting on a Hot Wheels monster truck frame with a, I believe this was a Matchbox BMW being crushed by it. But overall, I'm very pleased with that. You know, just something to do, to add to the collection. But I think it turned out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. So I think we'll call this one done. If y'all have any questions, feel free to let me know. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Talk to you later.